Prime Minister Mark Carney telling President Donald Trump to his face today that Canada is not for sale and will never join the U.S. Although there's no indication Trump has changed his mind over taking over Canada or about tariffs after their Oval Office meeting. Al Sweeney joins us live in studio to begin our coverage. Al.
Matt, Carney says these meetings mark the start of the process of redefining the Canada-U.S. relationship. At this point, nobody seems to have changed anybody else's mind about tariffs or Canadian sovereignty, but at least the talks were friendly and respectful. With people across Canada watching for the outcome of this Carney-Trump get-together, President Trump met the Prime Minister at the door to the White House, where they were all smiles and handshakes. Cameras filed into the Oval Office for the initial photo op, where the President called the Prime Minister Mark, and the Prime Minister called Trump Mr. President. Trump praised Carney as he congratulated him on his recent election.
I think Canada chose a very talented person, a very good person.
The President even took some credit for the Prime Minister's victory after Carney's campaign focused on the threat from Trump.
Just a few days ago, he won a very big election in Canada, and I think I was probably the greatest thing that happened to him.
Carney responded by calling Trump transformational.
Thank you for your hospitality and above all for your leadership. You're a transformational president, focus on the economy with a relentless focus on the American worker.
There were fears the meeting could descend into the kind of ambush that happened to Ukraine's president in the Oval Office. That didn't happen, but the president did not back down from his 51st state idea. Instead, he said it takes two to tango, and we'll see what happens.
No, time will tell. It's only time, but I say, never say never. I've had many, many things that were not doable, and they ended up being doable, and only doable in a very friendly way.
The Prime Minister reiterated that voters let him know Canada will never be the 51st state.
And having met with the owners of Canada over the course of the campaign last several months, it's not for sale, won't be for sale ever. But the opportunity is in the partnership and what we can build together.
On trade and tariffs, Trump suggested there won't be any big changes.
We want to make our own cars. We don't really want cars from Canada. And we don't want steel from Canada because we're making our own steel.
Carney said that's going to be a subject for negotiation.
And this will take some time and some discussions, and that's why we're here.
At one point, Carney looked uncomfortable as Trump appeared to criticize former Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland without naming names. Freeland is Carney's longtime friend. And he didn't respond when Trump talked about former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
I used to call him Governor Trudeau. I think that probably didn't help his election.
But the two leaders stressed a friendly relationship.
We're going to be friends with Canada. Regardless of anything, we're going to be friends with Canada. Canada is a very special place.
With Carney saying Canada will remain a separate country.
Respectfully, Canadians' view on this is not going to change on the 51st state.
Prime Minister Carney says this is the point where serious discussions with the U.S. begin. And he said in any negotiation like this one, there may not be any sign of progress until the very end. He says he's going to have more talks with Trump, and he'll be briefing the premiers tomorrow. Trump said afterwards that it was a great meeting that went well. Carney's a terrific guy, and they want to do what's right for their respective people.